In this video, we're going to start looking at a couple of the tools you've got available to you to make changes to images and just start working with a document and start addressing some of the issues, things you're going to face as you do this. So we've got our photo open here. Now, one of the first things to understand or learn is frequently you're going to want to work in quite a fine level of detail. So this is a very high resolution photo. And so what I'll frequently do is want to zoom in and out. I use a keyboard shortcut for this, which is Control Plus. So if you hold Control and Plus down, you can zoom right into your photo. Conversely, if you want to zoom out, you do Control minus and that will take you back the other way. If you prefer to do things with tools, you've got this tool over here, the zoom tool, which is going to do the same thing. So if I click on that, you can see the cursor's now changed. Doesn't matter where I click in the document, and if I click that, it's going to zoom. But notice it's zooming based on where I clicked. So if I keep clicking over here, it's going to zoom into this area of the image. You'll notice in that little magnifying glass, there's a plus icon, which means it's doing a zoom in. If you want to do a zoom out and you've forgotten that Control minus keyboard shortcut, you can hold down Alt on Windows or Option on a Mac. You see the icon changes. So now it's gone from a plus to a minus. And obviously if I keep Alt held down on the keyboard and click again, it's going to zoom out. Other thing you can do is you'll see up here in the menu for this tool, you've actually got the two different options there. You can switch between if you've already forgotten both of the options I've just mentioned. So now having zoomed back out, I could zoom in over here. So I could come in here, click and zoom in on his hand, hold Alt down, zoom out. You get the idea. Another option you've got all the way down here at the bottom is this. This is actually the zoom level. So this is telling me I'm zoomed in 50% of the actual size of this image. So I can type in here. So I could type 100, hit return, and this is getting me zoomed into the actual size of the image. Then you'll notice because we're zoomed in, there's scroll bars around the image that I can use to move around. Another thing you might like to do is hold space down. If you hold space down, you can see the cursor changes to a hand. Now what I can do, I've still got a space held down on the computer, is click and drag, and I can kind of pan around the photo just by dragging it around with that hand. So as I do that, you can see the scroll bars here are moving. Same as if I just let go of space, moved over to the scroll bar and did that. So these are different ways you can get around the image, zooming in, zooming out, panning around. So I'm going to zoom out again, Control minus, which is the way I tend to do it. Also notice that hand icon is also available as a tool there. There's also a rotate tool that you can move the whole document around on an angle. Never use it. Some people do though. So that's getting us in and out. Quite often what I want to do is just see the whole image filling the screen. If I zoom out to there, I can see the whole thing, but I'd like it to kind of just fill the space. So you've got these options up here, fit screen. And what that's going to do is zoom into a level where the document you're working on will use as much height as possible in the kind of work area space you're working with, so that you can kind of see the whole thing in as much detail as your monitor will allow without you having to zoom in. This is certainly useful if you're working on something and you just want to see the whole thing, take a step back and say, you know, how does this look? If I'd been sort of doing some detailed work on his face here and I want to see how that looks in, you know, combination with the whole piece, that fit screen option lets me do that and lets me see the whole thing. Head to toyshooter.com for more tutorials, resources, and help with Photoshop compositing. You can also subscribe to my free newsletter by visiting shoot.toys in your browser or clicking on the link on screen. You can also follow my work on Instagram at instagram.com/shoot.toys. Subscribe to the channel to watch a special subscriber-only video, which you'll find on my channel page after subscribing. Lastly, you'll find links to all the places I've just mentioned in the description for this video below.